Okay, guys, I have some news that I think y'all are really going to like, and that is I'm creating a Dynasty Fantasy Football group chat for all the listeners of this show. I mean, we have like 1,400 subscribers at this point, so I'd imagine even if we just get 10, 15% of everyone who listens to the show in this group chat, that we're going to have a lot of smart people in there. We're going to have a lot of active Dynasty Fantasy Football players in there to really just discuss trades, discuss strategy, talk about rookie drafts, really anything. I think it's going to be a great spot to become a better Dynasty Fantasy Football player because you'll be able to hear from different opinions. You'll be able to be challenged with new thoughts. It'll be just a great environment to improve your game as well as, meet friends, have fun. That's the entire reason we do this is to have fun. So I'm going to be doing this through Discord. I know a lot of y'all are probably older and don't know what Discord is, but it's just like Groupme. If you use Groupme or like WhatsApp, like all those different group messaging apps, it's essentially the same thing. The reason I'm choosing Discord is because it has more aspects that you make a large group manageable. Like I can't imagine having a Groupme with 150 active chatters on there. Messages would just get lost. Really would be hard to follow conversation. But with Discord, I'm able to create multiple channels. Like we can have a trade channel, a rookie channel, and just different places to talk about these specific things. So I think Discord's going to be a great thing to do. It's just an app you can get on your phone. Really want to see y'all in the group chat. Really looking forward to it. But let's get into the video. Okay, guys, I'm going to give y'all some tips, just go over some strategy when it comes to making dynasty football trades, just because we're in the time of year. Combine's coming up. We have NFL free agency coming up in like a month, but ultimately we're kind of in a dead period until we get to the free agency and the NFL draft, and then we're going to see a lot of trades happen among dynasty leagues. But if you kind of have that dynasty itch right now and you want to go out and offer trades, here are some things that you might be able to do and just some overall advice in helping you get a deal done when it comes to dealing with inactive owners. But first, I want to beg y'all, if y'all have not already, subscribe to the channel. I would love to be at 1,500 subscribers by March. I would really appreciate it. I think like 55% of y'all are not subscribed that watch the videos. That's just sad, guys. Come on, please help me out. But okay, let me get into it. First piece of advice is don't be afraid to be rejected. Worst case scenario, the owner rejects it and says not close. Don't be afraid of saying, oh, should I really send this, or am I missing a lot on my side? If you're missing a lot on your side, the other owner is going to tell you. He's not going to just go silent and let the offer sit there. So definitely do that. And as soon as you send that offer, try to start a conversation with this owner. This is what I find that most people don't do well. They'll just send blank offers and not necessarily start a dialogue, and they'll maybe just type something out in the comment box of the offer. But first off, if you have a dynasty league, you should have the contact information of everyone in your league. You should be able to talk to them, whether that's through Twitter, whether that's through Groupme, whether that's through whatever group messaging service your league uses. You should be able to reach that owner, and you shouldn't just have to go through MFL. If you have a league that is just strictly based off of MFL and y'all don't have like a Groupme for the league, one, I don't see that league lasting very long because there's not going to be a lot of like chemistry, like rivalries built. Like that's the best part is like talking to your other owners and getting to know them. And second, it's going to be a lot harder to get deals done. It's going to be a lot less active. So make sure you have that in your league and take advantage of it. Shoot a DM to your, whether that's just saying, hey, I sent you an offer. Let me know what you think. And that's really all you have to leave it at to start the conversation. And then whenever you do enter this dialogue, this is something that I learned kind of, not the hard way, but looking back at it, I kind of cringe. Like it was kind of, I was annoying back when I was in 2014 when I first started Dynasty, when I was like, 15 years old. I can't believe how these owners would put up with me. I would send an offer and I would go and type a novel for why I think it makes sense for their team. And I'm telling you right now, that is the worst thing you can do. And I've kind of actually learned to do the opposite. if I'm going to kind of explain the trade in any way, I'm going to explain why I want to do it from my side. I'm going to say, hey, I sent you this offer. It's because I'm trying to get younger at this position, or I kind of need a running back. And let them decide what's best for their team. And if you just kind of let them know why you're doing it from your perspective, one, it just creates transparency, and they don't necessarily think, oh, he's just trying to screw me over with value. This is why he's trying to change his team in this way. So definitely do not send a paragraph telling the other owner why they need to accept the trade. It's kind of demeaning, and I used to be bad with it, but we've learned our lesson. We're not going to do that, all right? And then another thing is, be honest with your evaluations. Tell the other owner if they send a counter or if they're trying to interact in this dialogue. Say, hey, I value Calvin Ridley at like the rookie pick 107. And that's where I'm going to either be looking to sell him or buy him. So if you're very far off from me there, we're just not going to get a deal done. Because if you do that, then you're way more likely to either A, come to a deal faster because you're going to be really transparent from both sides of what y'all are trying to do there, or B, if you're going to find out real soon that if y'all are far off on your evaluations, and if you are, I mean, you're just not going to be able to get a deal done no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. So that's something that's really important. And while coming up with these counters, say you send an offer and the guy goes, oh, that's close, let me think about it. I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'll probably send a counter. Let them know what else you like on their team. Let them know, be like, hey, okay, sounds good. These are the guys I like on your team. These are the guys I'm kind of looking to move on my team. I'd be looking to throw in Miles Boykin, any kind of that kind of type of prototype of a wide receiver, just something like that. Let them know, kind of construct the counter for them by just letting them know what you like on both sides and what you could see fit. But don't just go and let them send something blindly, because what's most likely going to happen is they're going to send a counter for one of your players that you're extremely high on, that you have no sense in moving, and then you're just going to have to shoot another text, tell them, oh, we're way off. And at that point, if you can't get that counter, and if it's farther off than the original offer, in my experience, very few deals get done that way. So if you just give them a heads up with what you're kind of willing to move on your team and what you like on their team, it's just kind of nice, and it's kind of, you're more likely to get a deal done that way. And let me see. I got 2 or 3 more things to talk about. One, you got to know the type of owner and their team that you're dealing with. Like this a classic example. I'm not going to go offer an ageist, someone who cares solely about the players that are going up in value and doesn't want the players that are going to score points but go down in value, like a Julio Jones, like an Adam Thielen. I mean, I don't go and offer Hunter Julio Jones. I mean, that's the thing. Hunter is a classic example of someone who loves rookie picks. He loves rookies. He loves sophomores. He really likes young guys that their value is going to go up, and he will avoid the Julio Jones, the AJ Green at all costs. It doesn't matter what the price is on those players. So just know, go to the team's roster, check it out, kind of try to find what prototypes of players they like, and then that will be able to help you construct a deal. A lot of owners just blindly send offers. They don't even look at the other team. If they're in a super flex league and they have 4 quarterbacks, they'll go to a team. They'll go every team in the league and send an offer for giving away one of their quarterbacks. And it doesn't matter if they're not even going to bother to check the other team and see, hey, they also have 4 quarterbacks. There's no way this is getting done. I mean, it's nice. It's respectful. Go and look at the other team's roster, and then it will also give you a better idea of what players they'd be interested on your team. And then the most important thing, because I know there are a lot of frustrations that happen in leagues, especially when you start this dialogue and people have just far off values of players. When it comes to all these leagues that we're starting that have weird settings, whether that's tiered PPR, points per carry, super flex, like all these different aspects change the values of the positions in the league. So when you're trading a running back for a wide receiver, they might be the same value in a regular PPR league, but in this unique league that you're in, they could be 2 completely separate values. So if you find that you're really having a hard time nailing down the accurate evaluations on both sides, and that could be due to a league setting, like for example, I've been trying to trade quarterback in one of my new startups that I joined. I eventually got a deal done, but it was very frustrating going to teams and trying to come up with the deal, and then they just completely devalued the quarterback position compared to what I did. And then so I would send out an initial offer, and then I would get back a counter that was extremely far off, and then we would have that small dialogue and come to the conclusion that we're just so far off on the value of quarterback versus running back, quarterback versus wide receiver, whatever it may be, that there's no reason. This is just going back to what we talked about earlier in the video. Right there, you can cut off trade talks. Anything past then is kind of wasting both of your time, just because y'all are so far off with how y'all each value these players that there's no reason in continuing to talk about it if you aren't going to get a deal done. Best thing to say is, hey, wish you the best, but we're just too far off here on the way we value this position, and that's all it needs to be. Well, I really hope this video helped y'all trading with your teammates, getting deals done. I know it's really hard to get deals done this time of year, but hope y'all got something from it. Have a great day, guys.